Welcome to T-Boys TV. We're back again with the Hatter Show. Obviously, it's the first Hatter Show in 3 weeks. Obviously, we're back again with Championship football. Obviously, as we get onto the later stages of the World Cup. And there's just been a result in the World Cup that I'm very happy with. Do you know what I mean? But like always, I'm joined with my dad. How are we, Dad?
Yeah, all good, mate. You?
Yeah, all good. Good to be back doing this. Obviously, alongside watch-alongs and vlogs is probably my favourite load of content to do. So yeah, man, good to be back. And obviously, it's an interesting game that we got first. You know, with Rob Edwards, obviously his first game in charge, and that's all we're going to get into today. Obviously, we don't need to review or anything. So yeah, man. Obviously, we've got Middlesbrough tomorrow, 3 o'clock kickoff. It's an interesting one with the Championship tomorrow because there's 1:12, one half 12, one at 2, and then obviously the rest at 3, and then some on Sunday. So it's a mad one, and one on Monday as well. But obviously they've got to get the games in, especially with how long the Championship season is. But yeah, Middlesbrough, Rob Edwards, he's brung the people we wanted to see alongside him. Your thoughts on that, Dad? Obviously they've had a bit of interviews as well that we haven't managed to speak about yet.
Yeah, his main man was expected, and then an interesting one with Paul Trollope, who's got a lot of experience anyway. So I'm quite pleased about that. That'll add an extra sort of dynamic in the background and that, and let's see what happens. But that's all there. We've still got sports scientists and all that, and people like that there, which is good. So it hasn't been a major overhaul in that respect. Obviously, it's going to bring people in, but it weren't like too many. So, and the ones he brought in, have got a lot of experience and have worked with good players and stuff. So yeah, it looks good to me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm happy from what I've heard as well. Obviously, a lot of fans on the YouTube I see in the comments they were saying like, do sort of. More of these, obviously get, a bit more information out so we can, know what they're saying and all that sort of thing, really. But yeah, I'm happy with it. Obviously, it's, who we wanted to see alongside him. Obviously, they've had that experience, all three of them being with each other before. So yeah, man, it's good to see. But yeah, obviously, Middlesbrough, that's obviously who we face tomorrow. Obviously, we go into it. Obviously with a draw, obviously the last game before this World Cup. As for Middlesbrough, they've been on a pretty good run since Carrick's come in, except the first game, which they did lose to Preston, which I was surprised about. As much as Preston can have decent games at home, I just thought that new manager bounce would benefit them there. But since then, they seem to be doing well. Obviously, they still are quite low compared to where they usually are. But it's one of them where you can see that they're on the up again in that sense. I would say. How are you feeling going into this one, Dad?
Well, it's a bit weird because it's been ages since we've had a game like anything's changed, and so it's a bit hard to feel. They were on the up, but that's form's really probably gone out the window a little bit, I reckon, because of the break and stuff. Let's just see what happens. Like I'm it's what it is. Like Rob Edwards' first game in charge. It's going to be cold. The weather just suddenly turn up like cold. It's like, you know what I mean? That affects some. I think we've just come back from like a warm weather training camp as well. So whoever's going to be up for it is probably But I'll be pleased if we come away with at least a draw. You don't want to be having a defeat on your first game, but it's one of them. You know, we've still got decent players, decent squad, etc. They know what they're doing. I think it's going to take a couple of games for the championship to kick back in again. Personally, I don't think it's. But there has been a couple of games actually recently in there, so I'm not sure. Yeah, Sunderland, didn't they beat someone 3-0 or something?
Yeah, Millwall last week. Yeah.
So, you know, it's how you've prepared and things like that. I think it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens. But I'm confident get something out of the game. I'm just pleased that the season's back up and running again. Really, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
there'll come all right distraction, few surprises and stuff like that, and it's just messes up the whole routine. You know, like when you have an extra bank holiday or something, you don't know what fucking day it is, but you don't know what's going on. So. If my door goes, I'll have to quickly because I won't. You know, someone's.
That's all right. That's all right. I will go through some comments before I, go into how I'm feeling, because I didn't do that. Robbie, a little bit. Rob Edwards. Nah, Rob Edwards, Barmy Army's already going to be better. I can tell. Big up, Stephen. He says, "Big up, Daz. Nice to see you."
Yeah,
Obviously, your first time on the channel for a few weeks. Tyler, first time wearing an orange shirt. Yeah, I said to my dad before we went live, this is a rare. Oh, there you go. There's the buzzer. Spare with
carry on.
Yeah, no, that's all right. This is a rare shirt I wear. Do you know what I mean? It's a Nike one. It's pretty decent. So yeah, let me just mute him as well. But yeah, there's that. Big up yourself as well, Hanno. And then obviously Stephen mentioning when we had a draw behind closed doors with Reading. Yes, we did. I heard about that. I didn't see anything. I don't know if anyone's seen anything because obviously it's behind closed doors. Didn't put any highlights out or anything. But yeah, obviously Andy Carroll scored for them, penalty, and then Clark. And I said this to my dad when we briefly spoke about the game. We seem to have them games with Clark sometimes, other than Blackpool away last year, where he seems to play well, but no one else does. Like I remember there was a game, it was Stoke or Cardiff. We lost it 2-1 last season at home, and Clark scored. It would have been Cardiff actually because we didn't score against Stoke. We lost 1-0. I remember, and he was the only good player. So it just felt like a annoying performance from what I heard. Like I said, I didn't see anything, so I can't judge it like that. But then again, just getting into the swing of things, we'd have rotated a bit. I don't even know who was in goal. Obviously, it wouldn't have been Ethan because he was obviously at the World Cup. It'd probably been Isted, I'm guessing. I don't even know. Big up Shay says, "Common you hatters." No, absolutely. Blue Terrier with the Sui. Do you know what I mean? We lost 2-0 to Olympiacos in a friendly. I think they're playing Nottingham Forest today or something, aren't they? Or maybe not today, but, very, very shortly, as far as I'm aware. But at the end of the day, friendlies, it's just one of them. I wouldn't worry too much, mate. I wouldn't worry too much. And even with Reading, going back to when we drew to them in this friendly, we drew to them in the league as well. And like I said, I don't really know who played. It could, it could be, I don't really know too much is what I'm trying to say. So it's one of them really. But yeah, how am I feeling going into this one? Like I say, I agree with my dad definitely where he says about the form, where it's not really there no more, obviously due to this World Cup. Like I said, though, what I will get up quickly is Middlesbrough. I was right. They have been unbeaten since Carrick's come in since their first game. So after that, they've won. Or no, not won, sorry, but they've been unbeaten in every single game. So obviously his first game was 29th of October against Preston. Like I said, I was very surprised they lost that game. Like I say, Preston can be a decent side at home, but I just thought Middlesbrough, new manager bounce, win that. And then obviously they beat Hull 3-1, which Hull are a very inconsistent side. We know that, but I was very surprised with how one-sided it was really. Drew with Bristol City. Bristol City can be one of them annoying sides. We would know about that as Luton fans. And then they smashed Blackpool. That was after we beat Blackpool, actually. They beat Blackpool 3-0. And then obviously this is the one I'm very impressed with the most, definitely. They beat Norwich. That was the last game before this World Cup break. They beat them 2-1. I was very surprised with that. I'm not going to lie to you. Even though Norwich obviously haven't been the levels they usually are in the Championship this season, obviously Luton beat them as well. I was just very surprised with that. I'll be honest with you. And then obviously they played a friendly, apparently on the 26th of November, and beat Hibernian. So yeah, man, they're doing all right. It's going to be an interesting one, that's for sure. Obviously, two younger managers, obviously Carrick and Rob Edwards, obviously his first game as well. It's going to be very interesting to see what he does. I'm very interested. It's difficult. It's going to be interesting when we get to lineups, formation, etc. Because it's going to be very interesting to see what me and my dad go with. I don't even know what I'm going to go with, because obviously before the last Hatter show is talk about formations he might go with, but I'm trying to figure it out, and I really don't know. I really don't know as of yet. But I'll go through some comments. And what I'll do, just while my dad's not here, is I'll just go like that. So yeah, and obviously we do still have the England. I've only just realised the England background, but oh well, still the World Cup. Do you know what I mean? But let me go through some comments. And my dad's back again. So yeah, there he is. Where was I? Olympiacos are about to sign 3 Nottingham Forest players in January. I'm not surprised, because don't they have a connection with the owners or something like that?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, so I'm not really shocked.
Scenario, isn't it? They loan players out or whatever.
Yeah, no, exactly. Watch along to Portugal. I was going to, but obviously Luton play at the same time, which is annoying. I was going to do one, but obviously I'll be watching Luton. Big up Jackie. It says, hi, Ty and Daz. So glad we are back. I'm excited for tomorrow. The boys will be playing for their places. No, absolutely. You want to get good first impressions.
Yeah, I mean, Rob Edwards come out and said that they've all got a clean slate. You know what I'm saying as well. So, he might look at someone in training and go, well, I think he fits into what I want more. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be it's going to be interesting. But we've still got a few injuries, so.
Yeah, like I say, when it gets to lineup, it's going to be very interesting. I don't even know what formation I would like to go with, because obviously we've done that little debate thing before, on the last Hatter show, but I still don't know.
We've got too many defenders out to
exactly.
That's the problem.
Exactly. Brazil, yeah, trust me, I was loving it, mate. I'll be honest with you, I was loving it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, trust me, that's what I mean. It's going to be interesting. So yeah, man. But obviously, we'll get into that now. Dad, what would you reckon? Might go with, or what would you like to go with? Obviously, you say about lack of defenders.
I just think it's going to be the same as what we have been playing.
Okay, so that is the.
For now, it's going to be like that. Because like I said, he said, and it's just common sense, you don't come in and start playing a totally different formation and things like that. Obviously, he's probably spoke to him about going forward what he wants and stuff. I get that. But at the moment, it's not. If it's not broke, don't, you know what I mean? Don't fix it. Yeah. So, and that's what it is. We didn't sack Nathan Jones because we were doing shit. He left for a better opportunity. So exactly. That's how it's going to be. I expect the same formation, same sort of lineup.
It's been so long. Is this the right one? I'm pretty sure it is the 5-2-1-2.
Pretty much. Whether it goes to CDM or it goes like that.
Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah, is that the only difference? Might go to CDM because we're away.
I'm pretty sure it'll be something like that. To be honest with you.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I'll go with that as well. So yeah, man. Obviously, goalkeeper. Obviously, Ethan should be back now.
He'll be back.
Should be back and ready. So I'll go with him. Obviously, unfortunately, didn't get a run out in the World Cup. But to be fair, then again, I have my thoughts on Matt Turner, and he actually done all right, especially against England. But yeah, obviously, Ethan, good to see him back. Of course, well, good to see everyone back. But obviously, Ethan as well, being at the World Cup. I'll go into the centre backs. So obviously Potts is out. That's annoying. This left hand side, it does worry me. It does worry me. It's interesting. I don't know.
It's going to have to be Bell for me.
Yeah, it'd have to be. But yeah, because we haven't played for so long as well. I'm just trying to think like who's really there. But it's Bell. Yeah, it'll have to be Bell, isn't it? So yeah, let me just get that. There he is. The one in the middle, I'm gonna go with Lockyer. I think I'm gonna say Lockyer again. Unfortunately, didn't even get any minutes at the World Cup. Obviously, still good to be there. And it'll be good again. Good to see him back. Obviously, coming back from the World Cup as well. And then the other side. Now, I've heard Burke's been back in training.
I don't think he's ready yet.
But I just don't think he's ready. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. So it's probably going to have to be. For me, it's probably going to have to be, unless I'm forgetting anyone, it's going to have to be Osho. Still don't think Bradley's back. And even if he was, I'd put Bradley in the middle and then Lockyer on the right, personally. So I think I'm going to have to go with Osho.
Yeah. Or potentially maybe swap Osho and Lockyer around, maybe. But
yeah.
Other than that, it'll be that for me. We got to, Burke's out, Bradley's out, Potts is out.
It's actually madness. Oh dear. And then obviously the right wing back, that's straightforward, and that's obviously Bree. Yeah. I mean, you could even say Bree as Wright said about, but I just feel I want Bell or Bree, at least one of them as a wing back on either side. So that's why I wouldn't go with that. Left side, again. I mean, you could put Doherty, I guess. You could put. Who was I just thinking of? And then my mind just went blank. These are not preferable ones that you'd want to go with ideally, but you could say Fred as well.
I think Alfie.
Yeah, it's got. I just punched my mic. Didn't mean to do that, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Doherty. Where is he? There he is. And then obviously the midfield, like I say, might potentially go for CDM. I could see it, especially if us being away from home. But I'm going to go obviously in midfield. One of the regular ones, as we know, obviously Campbell. So yeah, that's obviously straightforward. The other side, I'm going to go with Ruddock. I don't think is Lansbury back?
No.
Still not back. Yeah, so I'd go Ruddock then. And then the cam, I'm going to go... I know Clark. I go Clark. Obviously, he did score, like I mentioned earlier, when we played Reading as well in that friendly. So even though it's a friendly, you probably have a bit of confidence from that. And he does well, as we know, when he plays in that cam position. So yeah, I'll go with Clark. And then up front, I think it speaks for itself, really, doesn't it? It's Adebayo still doesn't have a picture, which is annoying. But yeah, obviously Adebayo and Morris for me. Any changes you'd make to that lineup, Dad? Obviously, you agreed on something.
Yeah, I mean, he might surprise. There might be a couple of surprises. He might start, for instance. We don't know what he's been liking. We know that he likes to play possession-based football. So, he might still try and implement players that he feels are better than other players. So, but because of the injuries at the back, it is kind of, what we can do. And we've got a couple out in midfield, etc. Strikers, I don't think will change that at all, really. It's just the other positions you probably will, as the season goes on, see some different players in different positions, etc. But for now, but who knows? We don't know. We could see Osho playing in Bell's position, Bell playing normal, left wing. It all depends what they can see, because this is not now a Nathan Jones kind of lineup or side in that respect. Still like team very much Luton Town, etc. But you know, they're going to be wanting to implement certain things straight away. Whether it's obviously it's not the formation, but the way we play and that, I think it will change slightly. I don't think we'll be going as long. I think we will try and keep hold of the ball more.
Yeah.
And so there's certain that, you know, other players that we know that are good at that but are out at the moment, like Lansbury, you know, neat and tidy. You know, Clark's good. Berry's, you know, he's one to come on probably. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be much different from that. You know, you might see Clark in Ruddock's position, and Freeman, I wouldn't be surprised to see start either, because I reckon he'll probably like Freeman. But the thing is, like, he knows Clark anyway. Clark's got a history with a couple of the coaches and stuff like that. So, you know, and he scored in the friendly, and like, you know, he's been pretty decent. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure he would have shot. You know, he's a hard-working player, and in training probably like that as well. So, yeah. Well, this is it's all speculation, isn't it? Really, but I don't think it's going to be changed too much. I mean, I wouldn't. And just got to roll with the punches, see what happens. But yeah, I'm glad it's back. Be a good day tomorrow. Like watching the old town again. And then watching England put France in a, you know, you know,
absolutely.
Like, pressure and everyone's like so worried about Mbappe. We'll see, won't we?
Yeah, we'll do a little thing at the end, because obviously the World Cup's still on. You know, I might as well. Obviously, I've done a preview earlier, but we'll get into it a little bit. You know, just a tiny bit at the end. But yeah, no, I agree. And it's one of them. A lot of people saying this in the comments as well about Doherty. You know, even if he starts free roaming again, I don't mind that, because I feel he's better when he does that.
Yeah, you know, whoever plays is going to be wanting to prove a point anyways, you know, because they're not guaranteed their places now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? They could play poorly in this game, and you might think, no, like, you know, I'm going to give someone else a chance. You know, that's what happens when a new manager comes in as well. So it's gonna, you know, it's gonna be interesting to watch to see how he reacts. You know, because we're used to seeing Nathan Jones running up and down the touchline, etc., shouting like every 5 minutes,
just shouting, and
things like that. It's you know, they need that still, possibly or not. But it's going to be interesting to see how it all unfolds. You know, but I think that the Middlesbrough probably got that slight edge because they're at home and they've already kind of got the new manager in and played a few games, etc. And you know what I mean? They've given them extra time to work with him. Although we've had extra time because, you know what I mean? But they've had that also extra time. They've already played them games. And then it's just reiterating stuff that he's already, you know, established with them. So they're going to have that little bit of edge. And it's quite a pressure situation, I think, for him a little bit. But the players are going to turn up. You know, that's what I know, and they're going to be looking to impress. So I think it could be a good game, to be honest with you. But it could go either way. That's the thing.
Yeah, no, 100%. I definitely agree with that. Obviously, you know, I think in the games last year, we both beat each other once. But, you know, obviously we come back from 1-0 down. I remember going to it. That was on TV. That was a brilliant win. And then obviously the reverse fixture, obviously we unfortunately lost that. And that was disappointing from us, because I remember it. We only, you know, turned up in the last 5-10 minutes. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. I remember Cornick scored a late goal, but it was one of them where you felt
another thing say about, you know, the Nathan Jones, we always seem to have like certain halves, well, second half really, like where we like weren't as good as we were, and do you know what I mean? And I think sometimes that is because of that high intensity, high pressure thing. It is sometimes hard to keep going. You know what I mean? Like when you're working with, you know, budgets and stuff, because, you know, there is obviously better players than what we've got out there, fitter play, you know what I mean? But I just think when we were in League One, the way we were passing the ball around and stuff, like, you know, that's how we normally I like to see Luton play throughout the years, etc. And then we've slowly sort of developed. Yeah, we're working to our strengths and that. But I do think we've got better footballers than that sometimes. Do you know what I mean? And we can afford to like work without having the possession because you know what I mean. There's a lot of emphasis based on that we haven't actually had a lot of possession over the last couple of seasons, but we've still done well. But that, you know, yeah, that's testament to Nathan Jones and stuff. But I do feel that going forward, you can't keep playing for that like that. You've got to have like a plan B. You've got to work on something different, and that's what's going to happen. Whether you know, it's not going to instantly happen in this game, but I expect it to be mixed and matched a hell of a lot more. And you know, they'll have their own philosophies of how to penetrate the defense or get on the attack without like you know constantly doing stuff. But we'll, you know, I'm looking forward to it. And it's going to be interesting to see who fits in because after what 10 games or what, you're going to see who fits into that system and who don't, and where we're going to go going forward. And it will also be interesting to see if we sign any players in January as well. I know we need to, you know, we definitely need to like be covering that left centre back position for a start and Bree's position as well, in my opinion. Because
and also, it'd be interesting to see what we do with the likes of, you know, your Mendes Gomez, isn't that? If we call it.
I mean, yeah, but I think I'm not sure what the contract is. You know, if there's no there'll be clauses and stuff in that, regardless of the manager like leaving or whatever. I think so, but you know, Mendes Gomez, I think deserves a chance.
100%.
You know, the way he's been out of anyone, he's looking, you know, too good for that league, and he is.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's good. That's good to see because I think when we initially signed him, he was in League Two. He didn't even play in League One, and he jumped straight to the Championship. And he said he found it a bit tough. He used to, you know what I mean? He's got the ability, but you know the athleticism and that, like the strength and stuff. I think he needed to get used to that. And you know his confidence is there. You know, so yeah. It'd be interesting to see what happens, but I don't expect to see him back unless he gets injured. And we should be looking to keep him
100%
season and see what Rob Edwards thinks. And they probably already know about him a little bit anyway. Do you know what I mean? But yeah,
no, definitely. I'll go through some comments and then I'll just go through standings, and then obviously we'll get into our score predictions. Big up Waste says, big up Tyler, Darren, and everyone in chat. Big up yourself, mate. I hope you're well. Campbell and Mapanzu, yeah, exactly. Exactly, mate. And that is the exact reason I'm not going. You know, I think it's a madness, to be honest with you. £31. You know, we got Huddersfield on New Year's Day, and that's only 15. Do you know what I mean? And,
well, like, I mean,
because weren't they? What was this thing they're doing? All this debate. Oh yeah, 20 is plenty. When they meant to do some debate, where's that gone?
Well, I don't know. Like you know, considering England playing as well, you know, you'd think they'd have done it cheaper or whatever. Like, but whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But big up everyone that does go to it. You know, because obviously it is far as well,
and it's cold and everything, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It might even be snowing up there as well. Who knows?
Yeah, wouldn't be shocked. But yeah, that is that. But yeah, like I said, league positions. Obviously, we sit 11th on 30 points. If we do win, depending on results, up until really where them lot are, it could, it depends really what everyone else does. But the highest we could basically go is, fifth really, because obviously them might have a good goal difference. Technically sixth actually. As for Middlesbrough, if they do beat us, they could. No, they will go above us actually because they've got a better goal difference than us by +2. If it's a draw, again, it depends how everyone else does really in that sense. So yeah, man. But it's that time, Dad. It's that time. Score predictions. How are we feeling going into this? Obviously, it's the return. Rob Edwards. Will it be that manager bounce, or will it not be?
It's difficult. It is difficult because I just think that they're ahead of us, and I just don't. I think the players will turn up in that. I think that I just think we're going to get a draw. That's what I'm feeling. I'm going to go 2-2.
Ooh, goals. I like that.
Yeah.
To be fair, we do usually have goals with Middlesbrough. Like I said, 3-1 last year, 4 goals. Obviously, a 2-1, 3 goals at their ground. So yeah, man, I definitely hear what you're saying. Like I say, it's going to be interesting. Battle of the younger managers as well, Carrick and obviously Rob Edwards. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. As for my score prediction, then obviously we do goal scorers. I'm going to go with another draw as well. I'm going to go over 1-1. And after this, I'll be uploading my championship predictions. I went for some high-scoring games in some games. But yeah, I'm going to go over 1-1. Goal scorers, Dad?
I'm going to go Morris and Clark.
Decent. I'm going to go with Clark as well. So yeah. Yeah, there you go. There's that. I would say Moat for them, but he doesn't really start from what I've seen. So yeah, man, I'm gonna go with Clark to score again. Obviously, like we said, he did in the friendly as well. So yeah, that is that. Big up Lewis. Lewis has come in with a super chat. Big up yourself, mate. £4.49. Says cheers for the help, bro. Not a problem at all. Obviously helping him with his championship predictions, running him as he's going over to the States. Do you know what I mean? Thank God England didn't lose to him, because that would have been peak if he had to go over there. But no, enjoy it, mate. Enjoy it, and big up yourself for that as well. Yeah, I know. Trust me. As well, you've got to think of travel. Yeah, that's why I laugh at it, because I remember for me, because I would have went through the coach as well, that would have been 68, and that's without thinking about food and that sort of stuff. So, yeah, that's why I'm not doing it. But my next away game should be Huddersfield, New Year's Day. I'm hoping to do that one. So I enjoy going Huddersfield, even though we never in recent years, we don't usually do great at home. Away. We'll see. We'll see what goes on. I do like going there, to be fair. So, yeah, and then maybe I might go Norwich Boxing Day, but I'm not sure yet. So, yeah, I'll let you lot know on that one. And then, obviously, Hanno saying, Sue Lewis, and Lewis saying, cheers, bro. Not a problem, mate. Not a problem. Enjoy it. And, yeah, man, that is that. But, Dad, anything else you want to say before we wrap up episode 72?
No, just enjoy it again. About what, you can watch it on iFollow or whatever. Just make sure you do. There'll be a lot of camera focus probably on Rob Edwards and his staff and that, and it'll be interesting to see how it all pans out. I'm looking forward to it. Let's roll on 2:00 when we can see the team sheet.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just enjoy it. That's all we can do. It's when the season gets into full swing. When it's deep in the season and the weather's cold and everyone's wearing hats, gloves, scarves, fucking water bottles around their balls and everything. You know what I mean? Let's get into it. Let's get back into it, and then hopefully we can get a good result. A win would be excellent, because that's kind of to stay in the hunt. It'll be a good time to win, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? With the Christmas period coming up, etc. But let's hope we can at least get a point, and then, like I said, enjoy England. Doing something against France.
Oh yeah, we'll get into that.
These big teams are going out, and hopefully,
and that's what I mean with some of these.
They go. I know you say Southgate and that out, but if we beat France, we've probably got.
No. I done a preview earlier, and to be fair, I did say if we do beat France, he does deserve a lot of respect, because at the end of the day, they're the current World Cup champions. As much as they got these injuries and that, it's still a very good side. The midfield battle for me is what's going to be key, because they've got Tuchemeni, who's young as well, and obviously we got Bellingham, and they're both really good players. Obviously,
they're growing into it. Bellingham and our players are actually growing into it. They know what they're capable of. Do you know what I mean?
Guy's the same age as me. It's mad. And he's that good, right? Obviously, we've seen it with other players, but when I just think of it, I just think it's crazy.
Well, the way Croatia is so confident at the moment, it's ridiculous. And yeah, but Brazil did sort of kind of, I think they expected a little bit. And
like I said, some of their fans before the game were going, "We should be winning this." Like,
yeah,
how can you say that based on other results in this tournament that you've seen?
You get certain teams that grow into the World Cup, and Croatia have done it for years and years and years. They'll grow into it, grind out when they beat us and that, you know, the Euros or whatever, the World Cup, whatever it was. Do you know what I mean? They grow into it and know exactly their penalties were excellent. The way their confidence when they were passing the ball round and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I noticed that. I only managed to watch the last bit of the first half, then the rest of the games.
No one else has been like that for me. Like Brazil, they looked like they were like that, but then.
And the thing is, Croatia are one of them teams you can't sleep on. Because I would say before the Brazil game, they weren't really too convincing. But again, you know, look at the last World Cup, semi-final. They beat us, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So for me, they're a team you can't really, you know, they've got very
a lot
players as well.
These tactics are like, but they're too obvious because we, you know, it's like just sit back or whatever. Like, whereas we're like, no, we, you know, it's too swing, you know, swinging one way or the other. We need that balance, man, if we're going to win the World Cup, mate.
Exactly.
But we have got we've got the best forwards in the world, I think.
Yeah. I don't think I could disagree with that, especially when we hit, you know, in games where we hit teams.
Other teams got I've got Mbappe, yeah, all right, I've got Neymar, yeah, I've got Ronaldo, I've got Messi, but we've got like, you know, Foden.
As a collective, no, I'd agree. No, 100%.
Got different, and they've all got different, you know, things about them and stuff. Do you know what I mean? And the confidence is ridiculous. So, and the defense ain't as bad as everyone's making out. Or like, how you just you know, like
the players turn up like, you know, I say it on my previews. Maguire never puts a foot wrong for England. Same with Luke Shaw. Same with Pickford. You know, they're good for England. You know, there's a few others like Sterling's for up front and that. It's good to see. I said it on a preview earlier. It's good to see that he's back in Qatar as well. Obviously, after you know what unfortunately happened, but it's good to see that he's available to come back because again, he's another key player for England. You know, like I said on my preview, I can't remember who it was, but someone said to me he hasn't been great this tournament. I was thinking, what? He scored in the first game and then he had to go back home. So I was thinking, what the hell were they on about? But I don't know. I think they're just trolling. But either way, it's one of them. But we'll go through some comments and then we'll do a little thing about England just at the end. Lewis says, we'll try and communicate as much as possible, just not sure with time difference. Obviously, he's in Orlando. I know that's... I don't know exactly, but... Yeah, man. Big up yourself anyway. 2-1 Luton, says Jackie. Yeah, getting your score predictions as well. That's not what you think. What's that? Sorry, Dad?
I said that would be nice.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'll take a point against Middlesbrough away. You know, definitely. Especially, obviously... You know, you can't really say form like my dad said earlier because obviously we haven't played for a while. But just in the sense they were on a good run and they are starting to do all right under Carrick. And again, Rob Edwards' first game is going to be interesting to see how things go, what he goes with, etc. So I'll take a draw. Any point away from home is good, in my opinion, really. Most of the time, anyway. Brazil 2, relax. Exactly, mate. Exactly. 100%. 100%. 1-0 Luton. Yeah, I see Hanno said that on his championship predictions. I like that one. Classic 1-0. To be fair, if we win, I do think it will be a 1-0.
Yeah,
I can see it being like...
Clean sheet, man.
Was it actually Middlesbrough we beat when we stayed up away? And I remember you rung me. You was loving it. And I was on the bus. Yeah. Remember that? I think it was... I know it was some club. I know it's like a Middlesbrough or someone like that from that sort of way. But yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I can't remember who scored. I think we were asking good questions there. I think it might have been James Collins. I might be wrong, but yeah, I remember that. But yeah, England quickly. So obviously we've got the big game tomorrow against France, like we briefly mentioned there. So, what do you reckon, Dad? We'll go with a 4-3-3. You reckon we got to go with what we went with the other day? Or do you reckon Southgate will change it to the back five?
No, I don't think so, man. You know what I mean?
If he does the back five, then that's way risky, in my opinion. because then we're going to let them pile pressure on us.
Yeah, no, I can't see it.
4-3-3, you reckon? What we did go with against Senegal? Yeah. What would your lineup be then? See if it's similar to mine.
Don't know. Get a thing up. Can you not do it with England?
Yeah. No, you can do it. I do it all the time. Let me just find it. That is the one. And the thing is, they didn't have Rashford on here a couple of days ago, but now they do. So that's obviously good. Obviously, it says against Iran, but just ignore that bit. It's the thing I just use for it. So obviously you said 4-3-3, which is there. So yeah, obviously you're gonna go Pickford in goal, aren't you?
Yeah.
Pickford definitely. What side shall I do first? I'll do left back. Gonna go Luke Shaw. Are you going to change it up? Maybe even go Trippier.
Yeah, I'll be putting Trippier there, mate.
Yeah? Okay. No, that's interesting. Set pieces, that it makes sense. He can play there as well. Right back, Kyle Walker has got to be, really, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to go someone else? You're going to maybe throw in someone in?
It's definitely going to be Kyle Walker. And I think I'll put Trippier there because can Mbappe swap sides? You don't know what can he? Do you know what I mean?
Good question. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Might try and overload the other side. I think we need some pace on both sides, mate.
And to be honest, I meant to say it's a bit obvious that Kyle Walker's going to play right back for me anyway, especially after that interview we had the other day. Talk about Mbappe and just England. Like, we're not going to, just because Mbappe, we're not going to let him, try and, that sort of thing. So, yeah, definitely him. Centre backs, I think that speaks for itself. Maguire and Stones. Yeah, exactly. So far, it's exactly what I said. Midfield, unchanged from the other day, which is obviously Bellingham, Rice, Henderson. Or are you going different?
I don't think it'll be Henderson.
You don't reckon?
No.
Okay. I'll put Bellingham and Rice in already. There you go. That picture of Rice is just a violation. How have they done that to him?
Who else we got there then?
So we have got Foden, Gallagher, Grealish, Maddison, Mount, Phillips, Saka. I don't know why Saka. You wouldn't put Saka there. Yeah, ignore Saka and Sterling because you're not going to put them there. I don't know why they're there on that bit. I feel this is where it's difficult.
You could put Phillips there, but we can't. Why put Phillips and Rice? Well, if you want to bang the midfield out, I just feel that you need a bit more in there. I think it's going to put Mount back in.
Oh God. Oh God. Hopefully not. But yeah, and then obviously the front three, obviously in the middle, you already know Harry Kane. And then your left and right.
Saka on the right.
Yeah, that's the same as me. And then you left.
I'll probably put Rashford there, mate.
Now, that's the thing. I said it earlier on my preview. I said I wouldn't mind starting him or Foden on the left. I just feel it will be Foden just due to the fact it has been a lot. And Rashford, as much as I wanted to see him start against Senegal, I felt he deserved it after his performance against Wales. I don't know. Southgate just seems to use him more of an impact player, especially in this tournament.
I'd start him, mate.
Yeah, I wouldn't be disappointed if he started.
Mbappe, so Marcus Rashford's the one to watch. Yeah.
No, facts. So it's literally the lineup I said, bar Mount, I think. Yeah, bar Mount. It's literally what I went Luke Shaw left back. Other than that, it's what I said. I said Rashford or Foden. So
just email it to www.Gareth Southgate.
But yeah, no, so that's that interesting one. Score prediction then. Obviously, I'll say mine just quickly, just in case anyone missed it on the preview.
It's going to go penalties, mate.
Simple. Exactly what I said. I said 1-1 in 90 minutes because I said there will be a point in this tournament. It's going to happen at some point for me. You saw it in the World Cup where we got to a penalty shootout twice, if I'm correct. And then you saw it in the Euros in the final. We got to a penalty shootout. For me, it's inevitable. I think it's the right word that it'll happen again. And I reckon this will be the game that happens again. So, yeah, exactly what I said. 1-1, 90 minutes.
No, I think there'll be goals in this game. I'm going to go 2-2.
Okay.
And then there'll be even more. It'll be like 3-3 in extra time, and then it'll be penalties, mate. That's what I reckon.
Jeez, is that what you reckon? Jeez.
Yeah.
Who do you reckon's gonna? Oh no, you said a lot of goals, but who do you reckon's gonna get the goals for England?
For England, I think Kane will be in there.
Yeah.
I think Mount's going to be in there, proving people wrong a little bit.
Might prove me wrong.
Maguire.
That's
Rashford. And then whoever off the bench, and the penalty taker is going to be absolutely key in this one.
Oh, but this is where I'd love to have someone in like Ward-Prowse. I said it on my preview earlier.
I think we've got enough quality on there for penalties, I reckon, and a lot of them players. Good dead ball situations and that. Trippier, Kane, Rashford, Bellingham, Mount, even Saka. Even now, like he'd have learned a lot from that last World Cup and Euros and stuff.
And he's took some penalties for Arsenal, I'm pretty sure, since and buried them. Yeah, exactly.
So, and the players we got off the bench. I just think that our power players are going to shine through in this game, and we've got too many to be worrying about Mbappe.
Yeah, exactly. And even I saw some France fans
saying, I'll be more worrying about Giroud, because Giroud's the guy who will pop up and you're not expecting.
This guy is so underrated. I said that earlier.
I'm more worried about him, focusing on Mbappe. It's easier to mark people out of the game. Look at, what did Neymar do today apart from that, that
one bit of magic. Yeah, other than that, nothing.
That weren't enough for them.
Exactly.
Weren't enough. They should have done better. Other than that, it's not good enough if you're a world-class player. So, if they get one chance to bury it, yeah, but they should be getting more than fucking one chance, shouldn't they? They should be working harder.
Especially if how their fans are moving. Trust me, I saw it before the game. They were like, if we lose, it's a joke. Like acting like Croatia or some like mugs.
Well, they messed up because when they beat South Korea, they acted like they'd already won the World Cup, mate. And that's what that's what the problem was. Do you know what I mean? And that shit comes back and bites you on the arse when you come up against an organised team. They were crap, South Korea. Let's have it right. They were terrible. So when you come up against an experienced, organised team who ain't scared to play football as well, yeah, you might have all the fancy stuff and that, but you got to put it in the back of the net, mate. Do you know what I mean? This ain't fucking Strictly or nothing like that. This is the World Cup. You know what I mean? So that'll be a lesson learned for them. And that's what I'm saying. Tomorrow's game is going to be out for who's got. And France have got that a little bit experience, but so have we. But I think we've just got the better players.
Yeah. No, I said it. I reckon if there's a time to beat France, a good time to beat them is now. And I think that just with how we beat, because for me, we're definitely one of the top 3 best sides in this tournament for me. But you've got to think, a lot of people that I've seen put above us, we haven't even lost a game. I know we haven't played like big opposition, but even then, teams like France, they've lost to, Tunisia and that sort of thing. So if you're going to put them higher, then why is that? Yeah, you could say they're rotated, but then again,
not that much they didn't.
Exactly. I mean? Yeah, exactly. Like there's still
your teams are to groups. The group should still be able to come in and do something. You know what I mean? If we rotated, exactly. I think we'd do all right because we've got such good players, and players that I'll be confident about playing. I would.
Yeah, exactly. And like players like the Bellinghams, for example. For me, a lot of players have been very good for England, but I'd probably say he's been the best one so far. I've just been so impressed with him. How well he's actually done, Because I knew he was a good player, but I just didn't. I think people were, I don't want to say overhyping him, but I think they were just, saying a bit too much.
Enough of him because he doesn't play in England, you know what I mean? As well. Yeah. Unless you're looking at that. You know, you can only see what you can see, and that, yeah, he is good, but you don't want to get burnt out in that. I think
No,
it's just,
no, 100%. Yeah.
you know, the way you just like, oh, I'm going to drive the ball forward like that. Do you know what I mean? But the
Yeah,
Premier League misses some of that, and that's what I'm saying. He was like that when he was at Birmingham, and then the players will go to certain clubs. They're not taught to play like that, mate. That's the thing. They're taught to, you know, oh, just pass it when they get to these Premier. You know, he's still got that rawness in the way, not in his skill, but in his thought patterns and what he wants to do to run. You know, that. You know, and certain players should be allowed to do that. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it is. I hope we just don't get reined in. Oh, we've got to keep it. You know, again, you know, Southgate giving it all the, oh, yeah, just no.
Yeah.
If he thinks he can run forward, let him fucking run forward, and everyone has to be aware of that. And if it goes wrong and they come forward, then you prepared to fucking. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to take these little bit of extra chances. Not be too cautious against France. They'll just eventually
They'll punish us. Exactly.
Yeah. So we need to be on the ball. You know what I mean?
Like we have, yeah.
Yeah.
The only one thing that does worry me
A little bit of freedom.
is the fact in every single game by USA, because obviously didn't score in that one, we have struggled to score quite, you know, it's been later. So I do feel if they score first, I'm not going to say we lose, but I just feel, you know, I might get a bit nervous.
I think that they'll be wary of our threats, mate, and I don't think that they're going to be able to stop us scoring, in all honesty. I can't see it. It's got too much going forward and for me.
Yeah.
You know.
And like Stephen said there, for me, I agree. We need to be on the front foot. We need to be, you know, do not sit back. So if we sit back, like we keep saying, that is, yeah, it's going to be a long night. That's what I will say. But yeah, so there's that. So we've both actually gone with an England win on penalties, Dad. We said the exact same thing. Obviously, you said 2-2, I said 1-1, and you said goals in extra time. I just reckon 1-1, no goals in extra time, bang, penalties, and we'll win, I reckon. It'd be very, it'd be very nervy, of course. I remember when
if we win, do you know?
So we'll play the winner of tomorrow's game, which will be before ours, which will be Morocco or Portugal. But the annoying thing is, it's the same time as when Luton play, because I was going to do a watch along.
I think Morocco beat Portugal.
I mean, I wouldn't sleep on them. I wouldn't sleep on them. Their support throughout this tournament has been class. Every time I've watched them, their fans have been singing pretty much the whole game. They dig deep. They defended very well. They've got some good players, like you say there. Ziyech.
Underrated. You said some of their players play for the top clubs in all over Europe, mate.
Yeah. No, they're very good, and their support has spurred them on even more.
My initial thought was Portugal. That was who I said at the start of the tournament. I was like, yeah, I just think Portugal probably going to win it. Just, you know what I mean? But then sometimes when I'm looking at them, I'm just thinking, no, they don't look good, that good at the moment, you know. But we'll find out tomorrow. You know, they've looked all right at times. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely, that guy who come on, that 21-year-old, gee, he scored a hat trick in that.
Yeah. I didn't even know.
And this would be, I think, if they put Morocco in their place tomorrow, then they'll have a very, very good chance as well, and that could potentially be a tougher game in France.
Yeah.
You know, but
the thing is, Morocco dig in so deep. They actually, the way they defended was phenomenal. You know, they're just getting stuck in. They're just winning everything, and I was so impressed with them and their fans. Like I said, their fans have been class in a game before that I watched. Can't remember who it was, but I think it might have been when they beat. Who was it? They beat. I think it's Croatia or someone like that. When they won 2-0, whoever that was against in the group, and they're you know, like you say, they've got some good players. They're very underrated. And I've seen some other people as well say if there is one time for the team that nobody expects to maybe even get to the final,
or quarters or whatever,
it could be that. Like, I've seen people saying that, and that support, trust me, you're seeing that can play a massive part. You know, certain countries have, you know, not brought many fans, but then Morocco's, you know, because see Africa's near as well, they brought a lot. So yeah, man, big up to them, man. Big up to them, because everyone for their underdogs was saying like your Denmarks, etc. and that. But Morocco have been that one so far, that one. And I'll be honest, I don't really know why people say Denmark. Are they really an underdog side? Because you look how far they got in, tournaments before. Not necessarily the World Cup, but look in the Euros, got to the semis, etc. So it's one of them for me. It's not like Morocco won the last AFCON, is it either? So, if someone said them, then fair play, but that would have been a lot more understandable. But let me go through some comments. Big up T, big up yourself, David, mate. Exactly. Need to take lumps out on Mbappe. Let me know we're on him. Exactly. Big up Wolf says I rate Luton highly. Big up yourself then. Big up yourself. Maybe another time. Hanno. Can't do today. But maybe another time we might try and sort something out. Do you know what I mean? Maybe even, I don't know. I don't want to jinx it too much, but you never know. We'll see what goes on. So yeah, man, that is that. But yeah, I think that's everything said. Unless there's anything else you want to say at all, Dad, about anything.
No, that's it.
There you go. But yeah, just under an hour has been, considering, obviously we spoke about the Middlesbrough game and then obviously spoke a bit about England with the World Cup. I felt it's only right. Good to be back doing this, and obviously we'll be back weekly now. Obviously, the next game after this is obviously Millwall on the Sunday. They pushed that back to an even earlier kickoff due to the final of the World Cup. I noticed that they put it to 11:30 in the morning on Sunday. So an interesting one. I'll probably be doing a watch along to that one. Next 3 games after this are on TV. So yeah, I'll probably do a watch along if I don't go to any of them. So yeah, man, big up yourselves. Let me see the like count before we wrap up. Like count is at 12 likes, so big up yourselves. I know even more people watch back on playback as well, so please do smash the like button if you haven't already. Big up Lewis as well for the super chat. Much appreciated, mate. And yeah, man, big up everyone that's viewed, of course. And yeah, subscribers, let me check if there's been any new subscribers. Not as of yet, but big up yourselves and big up Hayden. He's just put hi in the chat. And yeah, man, I'll be back again tomorrow. It's going to be an interesting one tomorrow. So I'm going to get a match reaction out to the game and then obviously England watch along. So yeah, stay tuned for all of that, people. And yeah, big up yourselves. Don't forget to smash the like, subscribe, turn on notification bell. If you want to follow me across any of my socials, link to them are in the description. And until next time, we'll see you lot in a bit. So yeah, take care and peace. Come on, Luton and England.